size of that duck. That duck's massive. Oh my God, look at the size of this horse. It's a duck-sized horse.
Hello and welcome to episode 43 of Duck-Sized Horses podcast, the comedy podcast which aims to hopefully answer the would you rather questions we hope you've always wanted answered. I'm Nathan Herat.
And I am Jack Glover.
You are. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm very good. Got new specs.
I thought they were new.
We haven't bought those up. We've been sat gassing away for a good.
You've been
good
here
hour
nearly
or so.
2 hours.
and haven't
No,
bought that up
very
yet.
nice.
And I thought, what better opportunity to bring up something visual that I'm just gesturing to now.
Then on a podcast.
Yeah.
Excellent decision.
So, not going to describe them for anybody
No.
at home, but I can see what I'm doing.
They're very nice. They suit you very well, sir.
Thank you very much. Round glasses with glass and a frame. I guess
that describes most glasses. But to be fair, are they coloured?
They are. It's a black frame.
Cool.
Got the anti-tint on it. So
Nice. Look at
if
you.
I'm driving at night, it don't get the glare.
Don't get the glare.
So
Fancy.
yeah,
Very fancy.
all winning. How are you?
I'm very well. I don't really have any news, unfortunately, Higgins. There's nothing new to share with you. I got my car back. That's the... After referencing in our last episode that if I had magic powers, I wouldn't use them to repair cars, my car then perfectly broke down a few days after. But yes, it's all back.
See,
we're all
that's
back
what
and good.
that's what you should have gone for. Magic once.
I
a
should have
week
used it then.
and just magicked your car better.
Should have used it then. But yeah, we're back in the game, which is good. And that really is... That is the news from me, really.
Fantastic.
Just before we crack on, the usual bits of admin, and some thank yous actually, Jack. I've had some lovely comments from people at work that have listened to the podcast for the first time or have kind of discovered us for the first time. So a special thank you to Laura and to Andy and to anyone that has continued to listen and have gone back. And we really love hearing from you, don't we, Jack? We love the comments. And
We do indeed. Thanks to everybody who's gotten in touch on Facebook and on Twitter. I was toying
go on.
with setting up an Instagram page.
I do not Instagram, and I don't fully understand Instagram, but I'm very happy for you to take the lead on that, as you do with most of the technological stuff, to be fair.
I've said it now, and it's
Okay.
it's recorded on
So
on
we
the
may go...
podcast.
My understanding of Instagram is it's mainly picture-based.
It is, but we can put some videos up.
Yeah, I'm sure we can
Put
find some stuff
pictures
to
of
do.
ducks and horses and
Yeah.
the like up. I'm going to make one.
Do it.
Watch this space.
I'm on board with it.
Check out our other socials. We'll tell you what those are at the end of the episode.
We will.
And then you can look on those and you'll see a little link.
Yes.
And we'll pop it in the show notes on the description of where to get an Instagram following
yeah,
for us.
Be excited.
43 episodes in seems like a good place to start.
Yeah, I think we may have built a fan base. That
There
is
we
my
go.
understanding of Instagram. You require some kind of fan base, so we'll see how it goes. But
Marvellous.
yeah,
Thanks for getting in touch and
Absolutely.
and for listening and for getting in touch in all the usual ways. And again, we'll tell you all of those at the end of today's episode.
we shall. Now, last bit of admin, as we said previously in previous series, or the previous series, I would normally read out the scores, but now that we're kind of 3 episodes into the new format, maybe 4.
I think this is number 3.
We're a couple of episodes into the new format, so we normally, as I say, I normally would do the scores, but we have been crossing over to a mystery guest to do the scores. Now, last month, it was your lovely wife, Abby, that did the scores, wasn't it?
It was indeed.
So it'll be very interesting, and it puts a lot of pressure on me to see if my partner will do the mystery, will do the scores, so that'll be interesting. So we'll hand over to our mystery guest.
Hi, it's Rhian, or more popularly known as Jack's sister. As it stands, it's 24 points to Nathan and 20 points to Jack. Woo!
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
for that.
Yeah,
That was a surprise.
Yeah, you didn't have to say those lovely things. But thank you anyway. And again, a little peek behind the duck duck shower curtain. We have no idea who
No.
our mystery guest is at this point.
And I will 100% confirm it won't be my partner because I don't have one. But it seemed right to set it up just for tension.
You never know.
But-
We could. There's time between editing this and getting it in.
Yeah.
Just meet someone. Just very first thing you ask is well, maybe second. Maybe, as the phrase goes, take them out for dinner first.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Take
And
them
then,
out for dinner,
then
yeah.
ask them if they. Oh, by the way, can you just? This is going to sound weird.
Yeah.
Do you want to get the bill? And
And record
yeah,
yourself.
And can you just quickly say that I am
Winning by 4
up?
points, yeah. Episode 43 felt like a good time to bring up my girlfriend that doesn't exist, but still. Yeah. So thank you for the scores. Are you ready for the question, Jack?
I am indeed.
Here we go then. Question 43. Would you rather have a pause or rewind button for your life? Off you go, sir.
I think am going to go for a pause button.
You've gone pause button. That's
Gone for a
fantastic.
Pause button.
I'm really intrigued. Really intrigued.
Now, do you remember a program called Bernard's Watch?
It rings a bell. It does ring a bell.
So, for those listening who maybe like you, Nathan, don't remember, it was this guy, funnily enough, called Bernard.
Oh, who saw that coming?
And I'll tell you what, I'm glad you're sitting down for this next
Yeah.
bit. Guess what he had?
Did he have a watch?
He did.
Goodness me.
Yeah. Bernard's Watch was about a young lad called Bernard who one day, I want to say this like postman just appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah,
As
they
po-
often,
as
as they
they
often
do,
do,
yeah.
yeah.
From the depot and handed over a watch to Bernard. I can't remember why he did, but or even if there was a reason, or it was just like, oh, this is in the post for you.
So Bernard hadn't like sent away for a watch.
No,
or,
no,
like,
he hadn't been collecting like coupons on the back of like,
out of
Cocoa
cereal
Pops,
and stuff. Yeah.
But he got a watch that when you press the stop sort of button on the top, where the
Was it a stopwatch by any chance?
it was,
There you go.
you press the button on the top and it would freeze time.
Oh, I
And it
see.
would pause everything.
Okay.
And during that time, he was able to sort of help out with a bunch of things. I think just really early on, he was using it to like do his homework on time. So he had to have like his homework all done before he had tea or whatever, but he hadn't done it. So he paused time and did all that. And then it sort of gradually got a little bit more involved where he was, I think in one episode, there was like some stuff on like a train track. By the way, nobody do this at home. If you see stuff on a train track,
Leave it.
Leave it alone. Did you remember the Create Centre?
I do remember the Create
This
Centre.
is going
yes.
off on a big old tangent.
No, I do. I was talking about it the other day actually to some of the kids at work. The life skills.
Exactly. So for those who don't live in Bristol or didn't go to a school in Bristol, there's this like centre. I assume it's still there.
It is still there. Yeah, I don't know if the life skills bit is, but the Create Centre is still.
So they had this like little setup where you had to go in and like various kind of like dangerous scenarios would be sort of set out, and it'd be dangers around the home or dangers while you're out and about, and you had to sort of identify what the risks were, and figure out who to tell,
and what
like,
you do,
what the responsible thing to do was. So one of them was like, you walk past a house, or you were in a house, and there was like a fog machine. It was meant to be like a building on fire, and you had to go out and pretend to call the fire brigade.
Yeah.
And the payphone that was there. One of them, and this was the one that scared the life out of people. There was like,
it was haunting. Absolutely
a branch,
haunting.
On like a fake railway track.
Yeah.
And there was a hole in the fence, and the guide would ask, "What do you think we should do?"
Yeah.
And of course, everybody goes, let's move the branch. And someone would volunteer to crawl through the hole in the fence and go and move the branch. And as soon as they got anywhere near the track, great big sort of flash of lights, and a really loud like sound of a train. would scare that child
Yeah.
back through the hole in the fence very
it was
sharpish.
terrifying.
So that's a very long and winding
Yeah.
way and a story to say don't go near train tracks.
No, I was talking about
Call the train company.
I was talking about the Life Skills Centre actually, funnily enough, because like you said, there were the different scenarios, and I remember the one where you went into the house and like you said, there was the fog machine to suggest that one of the rooms, that I think it was the living room or something, was on fire, and the guide would say, well, how would you deal with this situation? And you were meant to go out to the phone box, ring the fire brigade, but my friend just shut the cupboard and walked out the house, like dealt with the situation, but
that's somebody else's problem.
Yeah, exactly.
So
anyway, Bernard's watch.
Yeah, Bernard's watch. Don't go near train tracks. Call
someone.
the rail company, British Rail, or if you're listening from abroad, whatever your national rail company is. Call someone else.
Yeah.
Get them to stop the trains, and then someone can come and move the branch safely.
Don't put yourself in danger.
Exactly. So Bernard stopped the watch,
Yeah,
and he moved the stuff off the train.
Whoa, what a hero!
Yeah. There was a time, and this was really gruesome. His mum had to drive her friend to hospital because she'd pretty much chopped her arm off.
Great.
And I remember it being vividly gruesome for a kid show.
127 hours gruesome.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And he pulls time to help his mum get to the hospital.
Yeah.
And there'd be loads of little things like that. So I think being able to pause time, would be more useful.
How would it benefit you directly, being able to pause time? So what would you, if you had the ability to pause your own time, what are the things you'd be doing with it?
Well, I think on a very, very basic level, just it takes ages to tidy a house up and to clean up properly. And if you waste so much of your day doing it. But if you pause it in the morning for a few hours, time stops, you can clear your house up, and then you can unpause it. You've got the rest of the day then to do what you want with, and you don't have to worry about, I've got to clean the oven, or I've got to. I mean, you'd be a bit stuck with dishwashers and washing machines and stuff.
Yeah, true.
Those take time.
They do.
You could at least tidy things away and have things. Yeah.
Keep things nice and neat. Yeah.
So that's what I would do. Use it for everyday stuff. But then I think if I could pause it, I could for not everyday stuff.
More recreation.
Yeah, I could use it to if I was playing football, just get an immediate advantage, and everyone be like, "How's he moving the ball so quickly?" I'm just about to get tackled, for example.
Yeah,
I could pause the time and pause my life, and then just maybe move myself a couple of inches to the right and carry on dribbling, and I'd be able to score some great goals. I'd be able to pause it and move the goalkeeper's hands back a little bit, and
that's true. Yeah,
it'd be great.
An advantage.
Yeah,
this is probably a really stupid question, Jack, but you know me quite well. When you pause time, is it literally time is paused, but you can still move around, but everybody else can't, or is it okay?
Yeah, so that would be the plan.
Because I didn't know if it just paused you, if that made sense, and everything else carried on going.
No. Well, maybe some things. Am I allowed to keep some things going?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
I'm just going to pick really boring things now.
Yeah, go on.
Choose the dishwasher and washing machine. Just get more housework done. But no, but you could use it for as a convenient excuse to sort of dip out of things. Although,
true.
That being said, if you unpause stuff, you'd still have to spend the same amount of time. Say if there was a party you were at and you kind of just wanted to go home.
Yeah.
You could pause it and just get out of the way.
But
I guess then if you unpaused it, the time would still be going from that point onwards.
Yeah, true.
And so you'd still have to get back to the party or make some excuse. Maybe that's a bad example.
That's a negative, yeah.
But yeah, you could use it for a bunch of other things as well. So if you're about to get splashed by a car driving past, you could pause it and again just move slightly out of the way. or get your umbrella up in time just to bat
true.
that away. If it was raining and you were walking home, you could pause it and you wouldn't get like as soaking wet.
Yeah. You'd still get wet though, would you? Or
I guess so. But unless you'd have to sort of like walk through and like avoid raindrops.
yeah.
Or you could like push them out of the way. You could just swing a brolly round as you go, and you could swing the brolly around. No one would think anything of it as well, because no one else would notice.
No one would notice. Yeah.
It might get like splashed if you were like splashing off of raindrops over in different directions. It'd be some bit weirdness going on there, but yeah.
How would you so like you mentioned about the watch on that kids show? How would you have your own sort of remote, or would you like click or jump, or like how are you pausing time? Like what are you doing to make time pause?
I think I would maybe like a remote control, like a TV remote. Almost like, have you seen that film, Click?
I have, yeah.
It's almost like that. If this whole question's kind of like that, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like a little remote control, but then I'm always losing our TV remote.
Yes.
So it might have to be like some kind of like wearable tech, so maybe like a watch or maybe like an app.
Like an app, okay.
Yeah. I reckon if they rebooted Bernard's watch now, it'd be an app. Yeah. And then like midway through, it would have to update itself and everything would become unfrozen. And you'd have to wait, and then you'd have to wait to download it. We live in such a horrible future.
We do, yeah.
So inconvenient.
Yes.
So yeah, I think maybe some kind of like wearable tech, or like a little maybe like a key fob.
I like that idea. Yeah,
so
key fob. Yeah.
Pause things. Also, there's other applications like cooking and stuff. You could sort of, if you sometimes you get midway through cooking and then you suddenly realise you've got to like run to the shops because you've forgotten like an ingredient or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And you don't want to like.
You don't want to leave the whole on.
Yeah, and you don't want to sort of like start again, or you think it's going to sort of, the recipe's going to be all weird.
Yeah.
Like if you have to sort of reheat something and then like go again.
Yeah.
You could just pause and nip out and get something quickly.
That's true. That's very true.
And yeah, you could make things go just a lot smoother, I guess. So yeah, that's me.
I've got one final like question to ask you. Could you share it with someone? So like if you had the fob, could you give it to, say someone you work with if they want to pause something, or is it only like, is it specifically for you?
Well, in Bernard's Watch, I think there was an episode where he was able to share it. So like him and his friend both pressed the button at the same time, and they were both out and about. I remembered a great episode. They found a hand grenade. I don't know if this was like friends or it was two of them, or if it was just Bernard.
Yeah.
But they were out in the park, in the woods or something, and they found a hand grenade.
As you often do.
As you do, yeah.
Yeah.
So he had to he paused time really quickly and then took it out into like the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
And then let it blow up. So yeah. If ever I'm around a hand grenade,
which you often are,
always, it's a hazard of the job. I've got the convenient. I don't need to call the bomb disposal people.
No,
anymore.
you're there.
I can do it. If anything, having the pause button is just going straight in the face of those life skill people.
It is, yeah.
I can just sort things out in my own time.
And you could clear the branch, couldn't you?
I could clear the branch. I could turn off the fog machine in the living room.
yeah. You could absolutely nail it.
Yeah. So there we go. I think pause button for me.
Good choice, sir. Very good choice.
What about yourself?
I've gone for the opposite one. I went for the rewind button. / can I introduce a new button?
Oh, okay.
Can I make it a combo of fast forward and rewind? Be kind. Please be kind, Jack.
Be kind, rewind. I'll allow it for...
Thank you. Is it based on my justification?
Wow, we're about to find out.
Yeah, I may have lost.
Okay.
No, my thinking was initially I thought rewind button, and then I thought why I wanted to go for the fast forward button as well is because, as you know, I suffer quite badly with anxiety, so I quite often will panic about a situation, and sort of worry about it quite a lot on what it's going to be like. If I could fast forward from then to like during the situation. So I've got an example if that helps. A little while ago, some people from work asked me to go to the pub, which doesn't sound like a massive thing, and for most people it shouldn't be. But for me, I was quite nervous about it because social things are not my strength. And I ended up going, and it was really great. But I think rather than having like the days of fretting and stuff about it, if I could have fast forwarded to the sort of going out to the pub and having a great time with the people I went with, and knowing that it was good and I got on well with it, I could then rewind back and I wouldn't have the fretting moment. I just think, okay, I know that I'm going out with people from work, and it's going to be good, so I could actually focus more on enjoying it than panicking, which is what I mostly did.
That's a good plan. Yeah, jumping through to the good bit. I guess as well, you could get like boring bits out of the way. Like
I wasn't suggesting they were boring.
No. I mean,
like
before getting ready to go out,
yeah.
presumably you had to sort of like get your clothes ready and like eat dinner and stuff, just get those bits out of the way and you're straight to it and
straight
find
into
out that you have a good time. Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, that is essentially my argument in a sentence, really.
So that's fast forwarding. What about rewinding then? What would the benefit be of being? What would you rewind sort of if you could?
I suppose it would be like if you did something, or you had a situation that you didn't think you handled it very well, or something that you think if I'd done that slightly differently, nothing big, but like if you're at work or something and
give things another go.
Yeah, you feel like you could have helped the kids slightly better and you didn't. You'd have a chance to go back again and.
Now I've got the crucial.
Here we go.
Picking apart of this argument. When you rewind a video.
Yes.
What happens immediately after you rewind it? Even if it's like, say, spoiler alert, the Mufasa in The Lion King dies.
Yes.
You rewind it.
Yeah.
You press play again. Same thing happens.
Touche, yeah.
So you can't change stuff, even though you want. So what would you'd just be rewinding and the same thing would happen?
I may have snookered myself here, Jack.
I think I saw this snooker coming. I was like, there we go.
You may have me, yeah.
Changing things would be wicked.
Can I just change it to a fast forward button?
I think a fast forward button would be
can I make it just fast forward
more
now?
Better. But that's where the rewind button could come in quite well, because you could rewind to that point.
Yes.
And be like, cool, well, that was good. And then
we'll do it again, yeah.
That works quite well. But yeah, if you can't change anything.
No, I think you might have got me already.
That's the.
I can't even put up a fight. I almost want to rewind.
But then if we rewound to when I asked you a minute ago, we'd just be having the same conversation.
Can I just fast forward to the bit where you get the point?
Maybe I'll rewind in the edit. Everybody can listen to the last 5 minutes over and over again.
I'm just going to pause time and reword your argument so it's worse than it was.
There we go. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, here we are. Try this at home, then. Rewind this episode. And just will Nathan to do something differently, or will me to do something differently. The outcome's not going to change.
I genuinely think you might have got me.
That's my. Because I was convinced to have a rewind button. I was like,
were you?
Yeah.
What made you change your?
It was that sudden thought. It was.
Yeah.
And I'm not even sure how it came. I was like, well. Actually, if I rewound something, it would never.
It's
wouldn't
an
change
absolute
anything.
belter of a thought, that though.
Because like when you're reading the book.
Yes.
And you're not really concentrating, so you have to go back a few pages and you read again. It doesn't change what's in the book.
No, that's true.
You just have to go back, and same with the film analogy.
Yeah.
Either
it doesn't change.
Lead characters don't.
No, the
change.
outcome will still be the same. Yeah.
So a rewind button would. Yeah. You just have the same thing that would happen up until the point that you press rewind.
Yeah, you'd just be trapped, wouldn't you?
Yeah. It's like, have you seen The Time Machine, the film, or read the book?
Again, I've heard of it.
It's the guy keeps going back in time to try and change the outcome. I think him and his wife get robbed in a park,
Okay.
and his wife gets shot by the robber.
Oh, it's a family film, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah, just pop it on after you watch Lion King.
Yeah. Is it a Disney?
Yeah, and then he keeps going back. But
Okay.
then,
But they keep being.
yeah, and then he keeps trying to change things, but the same thing keeps happening over and over again. But he ends up going into the future, and then he's able to sort of change the future. So, not to get too philosophical, but you can change the future, but you can't change the past.
Yeah. No, I think you've got me. I'm not even going to attempt to. There's
Cool,
no
like a point.
counter argument. I think you've
Oh,
hammered me, mate. Absolutely hammered me.
Well, that's an abrupt point winning and conceding there.
Oh, I can't get myself out of it.
But
Can you get?
I could
Can
try.
I- yeah.
If I could offer some benefits though.
Go on.
And this was what was originally sort of swaying me.
Yeah.
Is if you had to use a rewind button, you wouldn't necessarily be able to use it to change things.
No.
But you could enjoy things over and over
That's
again.
true.
And it's kind of similar to
That's a very good point.
your argument of like being able to fast forward to a moment that you really like.
Yeah.
And then rewind it when you get you know you're gonna like it again.
That's genius.
So if you were having like a really nice ice cream,
Yeah.
you were out for dinner and it was just the cherry on top,
Yeah.
and you were just having a great time, and you're like, yeah, have you ever been out for a meal and you're like, I could eat that again?
Yes. Often.
Yeah. Why not rewind? Have a go again.
That's a blinding idea.
That'd be great. That'd be incredible.
Yeah.
So if you could use the rewind button just for that.
That's so good.
My friend who may be listening, Sam, his dad did that once. It's one of his
Really?
favourite stories with his dad. He didn't have a rewind button.
No, obviously.
But
Yeah.
they were out for a meal. I think it was like his rugby team were out for a meal. And one of them said, at the end, oh, that was great. I could eat that again. So, okay. Called the waiter over, ordered the same
You're joking.
meals again. Exactly the same lot of food again. I'd love to be able to do that. That'd be great.
Oh, you'd feel sick though after a while, wouldn't you?
Oh, I don't know. I think they were out. I want to say it was a curry.
Okay.
And we were chatting beforehand. I do love a good curry.
You do love a curry. Yeah, I do like a curry as well.
And yeah, maybe just eat that over and over.
I suppose, like, if you were rewinding to have that meal over and over, are you then kind of rewinding actually having it, if that makes sense? So when you rewind it, is it before you've eaten, so you're still hungry?
I guess so, yeah.
So you're not actually sort of, what's the word?
Filling up.
Yeah, that's the one. You're not kind of keeping the...
Well, here's the question as well that nearly persuaded me to go for the rewind.
Go on.
You know Doctor Who?
Not personally, no, but I do know.
Same time travel. He can travel back in time. He's got his own rewind button.
Yeah.
As it were. Now on the TARDIS.
Yeah.
Is there a toilet, or does he just travel back in time to when he didn't need a poo?
Oh, I tell you what, that is a question I never thought I'd have to answer. Yeah. I don't know. Well, that's a great. There must be some. I haven't really thought of the toilet situation.
You wouldn't need a toilet if you could travel back in time to when you didn't need a poo.
Yeah, but when would that? Yeah, I suppose. I was going to say, when would that be? It wouldn't. It depends, wouldn't it? But that's a very good point. That.
So yeah, I don't know if that's made it any more of a convincing argument for your side. And if you want to attempt to, I think I made a pretty strong argument.
I think you have. Yeah.
I've
got to be honest.
My arguments for your rewind button is verging into toin cost. Toin
Hey,
cost?
do you want to rewind and say that again?
Let's give it a go. I'm gonna rewind and say coin toss.
Go on.
Territory. So
it is though, isn't it?
I'd happily flip for it if you wanted to.
So have you got a coin on you though? Because I don't know if I do.
I don't think I do. Either.
I'll have a look.
We're gonna go for it. We're gonna go for a coin toss. I mean, this will be the hugest miscarriage of justice of the 21st century. Not that a lot else is going on in the world at the moment, but if I lose this after having such a brilliant argument on the other side, so
Go on, mate. It's on your call, I think.
so I'm gonna go heads for the pause button,
Okay.
and rewind for
Tails.
rewinding for life's simple pleasures, shall we say?
Nice.
It's tails.
You're joking.
Rewind. Wait, rewind. Let's try that again.
Should we make it best of 3?
So there we go. You've won a point back.
I've never felt worse about winning in my entire life.
There we go.
I almost feel like you should keep the coin, Jack.
Oh dear.
Mate, that was.
Maybe we should rewind it and.
Well, I mean, I'm going to write it on, so it'll be set in stone. But crikey,
Good grief!
who expected that?
What a twist! What a last-minute twist!
I know, of course, some
See,
genuine
and
peril.
if I had a pause button, I could have quickly flipped that around.
You could have done, yeah. Really, this is on you, mate.
yeah,
The
this
opportunity for you to win was there, wasn't it?
But if I had a rewind button, the same outcome would have.
Oh,
happened
that's
again.
true.
So I needed the pause button.
You did need the pause button.
I'm just trying to get that point back.
Yeah, it'll come, mate. It'll come at some stage.
Awful.
Right, well, I write
I've
the score
absolutely
down.
drowned myself.
We'll hand back over to our mystery guest to update us with the new scores.
Hello, it's Rhian again, aka Jack's sister. It's a 5-point gap now with Nathan leading 25 to 20. It's a shame there isn't a film where Jack could play a podcast host who actually wins things, but hey ho, just another thing to add to the long list of reasons why he's a disappointment to the family. Anyway, bye!
Thank you very much, and thank you for being so gracious after my absolute monstrous handing over.
Yeah.
Had the point.
You had it, like, honestly, had such a good hold on that point. I don't know what you did.
5 minutes ago.
Yeah, how you managed to lose that.
But I like the idea. Maybe let's say I was 75% convinced.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of being able to rewind and enjoy things.
Yeah,
again.
I think
that's quite a nice thing.
I think it's
being able
important, isn't it?
Yeah. And yeah, if we can have a fast forward button. What other buttons are there on the remote control?
Well, you got the play button, but that's not really
No, that's just teletext.
You got the guide, I suppose, to show what, but you wouldn't really need
What's coming up later on?
unless the guide reminded you, because I'm quite forgetful about what I've got coming up. So it'd be quite useful if I could press the button and it tells you. But arguably, that is what the calendar and other things were invented for. But
who knows?
what
Who knows?
other buttons are there?
There's a red button.
Yeah, may not be the best button to have.
Hey, it's more interactive content.
Is it
and,
extra?
And
Extra Jack.
Yeah. And speaking of interactive content,
Go on, so nice segue.
here are some ways that you can get in touch.
Beautiful.
I'm Simeon Corty, award-winning broadcaster, writer, and these days just trapped in a voice booth and made to say these words. Contact the podcast on Twitter @DSH Podcast, on Facebook, Duck-Sized Horses, and email duck-sizedhorsespodcast@gmail.com.
I should have said that was ways to get in touch from our mystery guest.
You should have said that. Do you want to rewind?
But thank you very much to our mystery guest there
Yes.
with our ways to get in touch. And as promised at the top of the episode, there will be an Instagram soon.
There
as
will. There will.
So you can follow us on there and submit your duck and horse related content.
You can,
And
yeah.
find out about new episodes and see some fun bits.
It would be exciting. We might do some pictures behind the scenes because that is what people are longing for, I imagine.
Absolutely.
And people get to see your new glasses if we
They
if
do,
we have
yeah.
an Instagram.
They can do that. So yeah, thank you very much for listening. This has been episode 43 of Duck-Sized Horses.
It has indeed.
Should we pause things here?
I think we should.
This podcast is part of Britpod Scene, an independent network of uniquely British podcasts that's always growing. Check out BritPodScene.com or BritPodScene on Twitter to find out more.